But it is interesting that this incident has happened and the allegations have again come around, these people who are, backed by Mr. Senthil Balaji, and that makes the case even more curious.
We've already discussed it's very difficult for individual MLAs to cross over, because then the same thing applies the reverse also. If some of these MLAs decide to quit and join the DMK, they'll have to resign.
A grave allegation of political horse trading has rocked Tamil Nadu politics today. A TVK MLA has alleged that he was offered 35 crore rupees to vote in a particular manner in the state assembly. His complaint led to the arrest of 3 persons. Police have named former minister, DMK minister V. Senthil Balaji and his brother Ashok during the investigation. While the DMK has denied any wrongdoing and levelled counter allegations against the ruling TVK. As the political slugfest intensifies, is this an isolated criminal case or a sign of deeper culture of defections and political poaching? I have 2 important guests to discuss this big political story from Tamil Nadu. Mr. Srinivasan, Editor-in-Chief of The Federal, and Senior Journalist, Mr. Rangaraj.
Hello,
Welcome.
Pramila.
Hello, sir. Hello. Sir, I'll start with Mr. Srinivasan. Sir, how about this political poaching and horse trading, all this? Do you think this is common or uncommon for Tamil Nadu?
Well, the question you're asking specific to Tamil Nadu, whether it's something new or, for the first time or some such thing, I think Rangaraj will be in a better position to answer that. But what I'm able to see here is that this government only took over on May 10th. It's hardly any time period for existence of any worthwhile government. It's such a short period. But the majority which it requires in the House is that equation is not yet complete. In the sense, they won the confidence vote in the House with the help of, what happened, AIDMK MLAs and other people. But the question of its stability still remains. As of now, if you count, they have 106 MLAs. You have to exclude one speaker and one place from where Vijay himself contested. He contested from 2 places. Therefore, 106 plus external support has been given by another 7 MLAs. That takes total around 113. And they still need about 5 seats so that they get a simple majority of their own. Now, therefore, what you're seeing is pulls and pressures from both sides to ensure that one side is trying to ensure stability and the other side is trying to pull down the government. So it's a kind of a seesaw battle which has taken a very ugly turn, and that's what you saw today. The allegations that a sitting MLA, he's been an attempt been made to bribe, and these are all allegations. And Tamil Nadu police did an operation in which they managed to, kind of anticipate and do preemptive arrest. That's what you have seen. But when I said the seesaw battle happening, on the one side, what you're seeing is a very unholy situation where MLAs, elected MLAs from other parties, specifically AIDMK, are resigning one by one and joining TVK.
TVK, yeah. Almost 7 of them have now resigned and joined.
Resigned and joined. So obviously they'll have to face, the elections. Obviously, one can argue whether they were motivated by the TVK's ideology or whether they thought that that's where the future lies. Is it because of that, or as the opposition alleges, that there's been some attempt of horse trading and they've been given some lucrative offers and therefore they have switched. No one doesn't know all that because these are all the realms of speculation. On the other hand, what seemed to have happened is an attempt to pull down the government by passing a no confidence motion against the Speaker of the Assembly. And apparently what we have heard today is from all these, again I would like to underline, all these allegations that an attempt being made to pull down
The ruling
the
TVK.
ruling TVK by attempting to move a no confidence motion against the speaker, in which these MLAs would have abstained, or MLAs of TVK would have abstained, and ensured that the vote gets passed through. That's what we are seeing today.
When we hear about these allegations, Mr. Rangaraj, can you explain further on this? Do you think this is very new to Tamil Nadu, or whether this kind of political poaching or allegations related to horse trading has happened earlier too?
After DMK lost the 1980 Lok Sabha elections, battered and bruised by the DMK Congress alliance, then they thought MGR is finished. Okay. But the dramatic resignation of 5 ministers who were in MGR's cabinet. Can you imagine, in MGR's cabinet? MGR was such a powerful figure. 5 of his ministers resigned and joined the DMK. Narayan Sai Mudaliar, G.R. Edmund, Nanjil Manoharan, 5 leading lights ministers. And all of them were wholeheartedly welcomed by the DMK, and in the next 1 month, perhaps more might have come and more would have joined. Perhaps the government would have been reduced to a minority, and maybe after 2 months, MGR might have been forced to resign, though he had left support. But of course, Karnataka was in a hurry to become CM. Then he talked to Sanjay Gandhi and tried to get the government dismissed so that he can come as CM soon. So there has been such cases of ministers resigning and joining the party overnight. In those days, there was no Anti-defection Act.
Okay.
So there have been many cases of people resigning from one party and joining another. Even the ADMK of MGR in 1977 was different. Later on, when stalwarts of the DMK like Nedunjayan, then Pannuti Ramchandran, Pau, Shanmugam, Madhavan, a long list of illustrious names from DMK resigned and joined ADMK. Okay. MGR welcomed all of them and gave them very senior positions. Nedunjayan was finance minister, number 2 in the cabinet, was leader of the house in the assembly. All of them were given very important positions.
So this is not new to Tamil Nadu?
Not at all new.
And not new to DMK also?
Not new to DMK.
Okay.
So
this Ayaram, Gayaram
Gairam,
is
even
not restricted
not in Tamil Nadu, in Pondicherry is even more so. So Ayaram, Gairam was there, always there, because there was no Anti-defection Act. Later the Anti-defection Act came. Even at that time you needed 1/3 support to move out from your party, and then you can join. Then they found that even this was not stopping the movement from one party to another. So now they have come up with another thing, that you must have a merger of this party with another
legislative party and the principal party.
And you must have not less than 2/3 support. Even this is now being got around by parties like the BJP. They have tried to bring in MPs from Shiv Sena, UBT and Trinamool Congress, Janata Dal yes in Karnataka, when Yediyurappa managed this Operation Lotus. Same thing, resignation. Okay. Join their party.
This scene is common across.
This thing was actually
states.
The template has been created by the BJP, in fact, from Karnataka.
Sir, do you think we need stronger anti-defection laws? Because we have seen people jumping from one party to another. They just resign. As he mentioned, they join another party and they are ready to contest from the same seat.
Obviously the anti-defection law over the years has evolved. As you said, there was no anti-defection law earlier. Then they brought in this issue of 1/3 in parliamentary party. Now they have brought in also the issue of split in the principal political party. But then politicians always find a way to circumvent that, and now that's what you're seeing. And some of these issues are still in court. See, still the current law is not as bad as it sounds, because the principal political party is still need to be divided. So what is happening is, we have seen some cases in Andhra Pradesh where, Telangana, where MLAs are individually resigning and from the political party, and without resigning from the MLA seat, and they are joining the other party, because the speaker is not forwarding, or taking any action anti-defection law. So those kind of things are also happening. So what is happening is, a lot of things are being circumvented. The law is there, but they are finding ways to circumvent. And by the time the issue comes up, by the time the speaker decides, because the courts have said, we don't want to intervene in that, and the whole session is, the 5-year period is over. So that's also some of the cases we are seeing. So more than strengthening the law, what is happening is a sense of, kind of morality which has very deeply seeped into politics. I think that is creating more issues here, where there is no comms getting elected by going and appealing to the people on behalf of some agenda, and then immediately after the elections going and joining the other side. That's what you see happening in West Bengal also.
Okay.
But here there are some other interesting things which have happened. Why, if you see the whole background of which this has happened, the allegation is made against Mr. Senthil Balaji,
Yeah.
A person who's considered a strongman of Western region, and specifically Karur. Now, what we need to remember is Vijay, and his party TVK holds him responsible for the stampede. And this is the deposition which they made in front of CBI in Delhi, he and others, and some of the office bearers of TVK and minister like Nirmal Kumar has openly spoken about it, that involvement of alleged involvement, we don't know, of people around Senthil Balaji. Now, this has not yet been proven. The case is still pending. The CBI is still investigating the case. But it is interesting that this incident has happened, and the allegations have again come around, these people who are, backed by Mr. Senthil Balaji. And that makes the case even more curious. And what is, interesting further is perhaps Vijay hasn't visited that place,
Karur.
Karur so far, and maybe he will be visiting soon. So there is a certain cinematic, script to this whole drama which is unfolding. So I think that's one element. The other element, what I feel is, this MLAs who have been approached by allegedly by the people currently in opposition, which could be DMK, which could be any other party, that the allegation is against DMK that they have tried to pull them out. Now, why would such a thing happen, and how would the police intelligence would trace and then kind of preempt this? And it's a very interesting way it has unfolded. Now, is it that these entire structure of TVK, which is hurriedly put together, and the way the whole elections happened, the candidates were selected, because it's a very unusual election. Many of the candidates have come from very different backgrounds, and TVK's legislative party, there is a question still, is it still a very cohesive unit, whether all the MLAs, because the party is a kind of a post-ideology party. There is nothing which binds together.
Sir, actually,
except perhaps Vijay's charisma.
Recently, they even conducted a seminar, a training program for the MLAs, how to conduct themselves in the assembly.
No, so that's
fair
enough.
The role and responsibilities.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I think this should be done for all MLAs across India. I think most elected MLAs, newly elected MLAs, are pretty clueless about how to conduct themselves inside an assembly, and I would say even for parliament. I think that's a good exercise which they are doing. But I'm talking of whether there is an ideological cohesiveness, or what is it that unites all these people together into one functioning body, and also their party unit. In Tamil Nadu, it is organized in the form of district secretaries.
Yes.
How are these people organized? What is the relationship between the party and the legislative unit? And whether the party is able to, at the district level, able to kind of manage the situation there, and the people below that. I mean, all these are, still nebulous, because it's a newly formed party, and it suddenly came up, though it's nearly more than a year he has been campaigning, but the success, and it has, first election itself, and a mega success, first assembly election, mega success, and he will be even able to form the government. So I think these are teething troubles, that whether, the question also arises, whether the MLAs of TVK are, able to hold together as one group. I think that's a test also which has happened now. And after this, even if anyone was even thinking remotely of switching sides, I think it will be pretty difficult.
Mr. Rangaraj, how about this allegation by the MLA, TVK MLA, Ilayaraja, that 35 crore rupees was offered, and what does this allegation say about the value of political parties place on numbers inside the assembly? How important is this for that too for a newbie party like TVK? How what should they do to hold on to their MLAs?
Yeah, this was one of the questions raised by so-called political commentators and senior journalists before the elections, that even if they win, there would be poaching, and many of them come from very poor and uh, uh, economically weaker sections, and whether they'll be able to stand the test of loyalty when offers and inducements are made by other parties. It remains to be seen whether they accept the offers, if there are such offers, and they're willing to go. But then, as we've already discussed, it's very difficult for individual MLAs to cross over, because then the same thing applies in the reverse also. If some of these MLAs decide to quit and join the DMK, they'll have to resign, right? And then they'll have to join the DMK, and then they'll have to contest elections from the other side. So what is now being said about resignation drama and so on will apply in the case of DMK. If some MLAs cross over to the side, and the same situation will apply there also. It's difficult for them to, for more than 2/3 of them out of 107. This again, we come back to the JMM decision, where there was some evidence of a financial transaction. So here, if money is offered, so you remember Nalki Advani brought in huge money packets and placed it on the table of the Lok Sabha to show that there was offers being made to support the Manmohan Singh government in the confidence motion in the wake of the deal, nuclear deal reached between the Indian government and IAEA and US, where the BJP and CPM got together and they made allegations that MPs were being offered money to support the confidence motion. The speaker, of course, rejected that and said all this will not form part of it. But there we saw some evidence of some money, whether brought in by BJP or whether brought in by somebody else, some financial exchange and all that was talked about. In the absence of that, what will now happen in the Tamil Nadu cases, whether any money has been actually physically given and then refused, or has it been deposited in their bank account or in the GPay.
That has to be established.
If there is a financial transaction, then only that will form basis. Otherwise, it is my word against yours. Where is the proof for the police to say the 35 crores is being given to X, Y or Z if the other person denies it?
Sir,
so it's very difficult
even in that case.
So what, Ranga, there is an important issue here. As you are saying, there may not be a money trail yet established. We don't know about it. So that would be a conclusive proof. But what seems to have happened, the very fact that you are saying that, there may not be, many analysts predicted, that whether the party will have enough MLAs or even candidates to contest all 234 seats, those kind of speculations were made in the past. But on the other hand, the very fact that this is an intelligence operation, this hasn't, if that has to happen, then obviously there was some, some core thought which must have led the police to start investigating this issue.
Yeah.
So something must have, there must be some fire. Without that, there won't be any smoke. So obviously something has happened.
Sir, do you think this, even if this ends up as an allegation altogether, do you think this will affect the image of DMK? Do you think that this will, because Stalin promised that he would not disturb the government for 6 months, he would wait, he would not even criticize, he would not make any efforts to topple the government. But do you think now this will affect the image of DMK?
Certainly.
And do you think
yes.
Really DMK has threatened all the strong DMK strong leaders?
No, certainly this whole episode, if it is true. I mean, again, we are all talking on the basis of what the police
Allegation,
has said, and obviously police has done, because we have to remember that it is controlled by a TVK, which is completely, there is an animosity with DMK. They openly call them as the political rival, and therefore you have to take it with a pinch of salt. But nonetheless, the very fact that this government is barely a month old, and obviously, if such information is coming out where allegations are made by minister like Nirmal Kumar, and he's actually naming people from DMK, then this would surely affect DMK's image. And then, like Ranga is also saying, that it will send certainly a clear message to people that why these people are not able to digest the fact that both the Dravidian parties are out in the opposition. I think that's a fact, that's a truth, that it's really riling them.
Right, sir. Fine. So let's wait for the investigation to prove whether there was a money trail involved or not. So we have to check that, and we'll get back once more to talk about it. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.